morning, everybody. Our goal by the end of today is to have this 13,000 bushel bin that we're gonna put soybeans in, have an auger go up to it, have the drive over pit over there, and have this all ready to go, ready to be filled up with beans. First up on the list, we're gonna head into the dryer shack. We're gonna make sure all this stuff up there is running the way that it's supposed to. God, it's warmer in here than it is outside. Burn. Yeah, it's moving.
You may wanna run a little bit up slow, shut it off, the semi, open that up a little bit, let them drop back in and kind of circulate a little bit.
Little change of plans. We're gonna get to that overhead bin in a minute. We just got a call from Kristen, our marketing lady, and she said there's a place about 45 minutes away that's offering $1.60 premium on a quick ship bid if we can get it in the next 2 days. So we're gonna get the combine ready and we're gonna go try to pick some soybeans. Ooh, filling her up with diesel. That's smart, Dad.
Good.
That's smart.
I know.
Hey, where are you going? Where are you going? Combine's full of DEF, combine's full of diesel. Oil's checked. I think we're ready to go with this. So what's new with the cart this year?
We have a hydraulic jack on this unit. Not the one you see with the handle on it, but we'll get that hooked up here. And
no, you strap it in the side there.
That's right.
So if you got a bad back, that's perfect for you.
Trying to make your life easier, Cole.
Hey!
This is another thing we've done to try and kind of make your life easier. We've put a grease bank in, and what this grease bank does, it kind of consolidates all our grease points to a centralized location, so we're not forgetting any that way, and then just makes life easier so you're not crawling, you know, underneath the cart. You can see we have this tool here. What this tool does, it disengages our drive belts underneath this cover. So if we disengage those belts when the PTO is on, we're just running the vertical auger at that point. So that allows us to clean the system out. We don't need to open this door.
Oh, come on.
Oh, forward just a little bit, Cole.
As much as I like the LSWs, I will say this about the tracks. When they sit for an entire summer in one spot, you don't get that nice 5-mile drive down the road where you're getting bounced out of your seat. Until you hit a bump in the road, go on a highway or hit a rock, then we're gonna shift into a little higher gear. I like the shifter on this, just a little dial. Okay, let's give that a try. There we go. Okay, I was gonna say, what don't you like? Cabin, this is so quiet too, compared to something like the sprayer. Sprayer, you just hear all day. In here, it feels like I'm surrounded by a bunch of baby bunnies. It's time! While we're driving down the road, I did bring the update for the monitor. Got that downloaded this morning, so we will get this downloading. Upgrade firmware. There we go. Got one neighbor going over there. Wow, that phone can zoom in really far. And then I think another neighbor is going up there. Perfect. The SAG leader monitor is ready.
Hey there, Ronnie. Now this is where it gets tough, guys. You need to check the oil. I told you before, we can use our pant legs, spin them up, wipe them off. Wife, whoever doing the laundry, don't even notice it. Mom, Dad, whoever. So now, you just gotta look around quick, nobody's looking. Washing machine will take it out.
Oh boy, I about lost my leg right there. Holy smokes, my life just flashed before my eyes. This back part is the spreader of the combine, so the trash comes from up in there, and then it hits these big fans, and then it gets spread off the back of the combine There's a bolt setting here. You loosen these bolts, those 2 bolts, and then there's 2 bolts up in there. Then you can slide it up. And when you do that, it makes it tighter so it spreads further. You put it down in corn, you put it up in beans. The In-Command 1200 that goes in the combine, which runs the auto steer and the yield monitor, that's in the John Deere right now. Actually, I think it's in the 340, and the one that goes in the 340 is in the John Deere. So we'll take the one out of the 340, put it in the combine. That one's ready to go. We'll take the one out of the John Deere, put it in the 340. We got to run updates on that. So Dad is filling Ronnie right now. We are going to go get that monitor. And then Cooper is gonna get some more fine adjustments done on the combine, because right now the combine is set to run in corn. So he's just got to change a few sieve settings, chopper speed, rotor speed, all that kind of stuff. Wouldn't be surprised if by the time we get back, he has that hooked up, and he'll probably have like 3 acres already picked. Never mind, this one goes in the combine. Perfect. Everything in there should connect up. I gotta climb up there and plug that in. Oh, you're fast. Build update without the shtick. Maverick, what are you doing? While we're waiting for that combine monitor update, we need to hook up, I think, this right here. This will run the scale. There's a scale on the side, so when we're combining along, dumping on the go, you know how much weight is on the grain cart. And that scale also ties into the cab, and then it'll do yield calculations on our field. So it's kind of like having the scale at the co-op or wherever you're selling your grain, but you have it on your grain cart. This year we are going to be running a Brent 1396. This grain cart's a beauty. It sits on tracks, holds 1,300 bushels, so just over what a semi holds, about a 1.3 semis. This unloading auger's a mammoth. That's it compared to my leg. It's like 800 bushels a minute or something like that. Just silly fast. Who's here? Oh, it's Pete. Perfect timing, Pete. We just chucked the updates in these things so you can make sure that we got them done right. Are you looking for some money you hid earlier or what?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Ronnie's gonna take off tomorrow, but he's loaded tonight, and that way when it works out for him tomorrow.
Pete's our ag leader guy. This is actually gonna be perfect timing, because while we got stuff updating, he can come out, make sure everything's set up all right. And why do I have no electricity? He probably disconnected our battery. Last harvest in the grain tank, over where Pete's at, that's where the clean grain comes up inside of there. There's a sensor in there that measures vibration. Oh, he's on the phone right now. Sorry, Pete, didn't know you were on the phone.
You're all right. Just over here hiding.
Anyhow, there's a sensor over there that measures vibration for the yield monitor calibration. And Pete kind of did a field fix last fall, and he just wanted to make sure it's taken care of right here before we get going crazy.
This is the remnants of our field fix. We had butt connected it together in the middle of a field, I think we were south of here. But it got by for the last field or two, and so now it's time to actually get the right tools and do it right.
Why do I have no power? Maybe you undid something, because my ag leader monitor's not turning on.
Did it? You said it went to the shop?
No, we just stuck it in here like 10 minutes before you got here.
It popped a fuse then. I didn't know it was on while I was working on it.
Oh, so it's your fault.
Yep.
It's better now than like, hey, what, Pete, can you come back?
So it will probably be right there, 7.5 amp.
Just like the filament on a light bulb, that's supposed to be connected, and you can see that one is burned out in the middle, so that's a bad fuse. So this is the one we need. Here we are, we're combining beans. Why is that side of the draper not on?
It was on a little bit ago, wasn't it?
See, that there,
Because it feels like it's jammed.
Which is weird, because this is a brand new belt.
smell burnt rubber.
Yep. I'd say we got a rock.
Oh yeah, look at that. Got it.
How
Pete, you ran it 10 feet.
Yeah, right?
Got it, Coop. There you go, mowing through our water hemp.
That's right. You gotta get rid of it somehow.
All right, thanks, Pete.
You bet. Thank you. We'll catch you later.
All right, sounds good. Oh, we don't have enough beans to grab a sample. We've done a whole 60 by 60 spot here, but now we're gonna make a pass across the field, get out, start walking behind, see what kind of job we're doing, splitting stuff out. Still pretty green, at least right in this spot was a green area, but out there. We can do whatever. Now that we know everything's going, this is the fun part that's kind of time consuming on the first day. We gotta fine tune and adjust the machine, make sure we're not spitting too much out the back, make sure stuff's going in the tank that we want and out the back that we don't want. And it's different every year. Now we need to get out and we need to look through all of this trash and make sure that we're not spitting soybeans out. We want to look at these pods, make sure there's no soybeans inside of them, because if we're leaving soybeans on the ground, we will never get this yield back. It will just rot away down here. So we make money by getting it in the grain tank, not by leaving it on the ground. As of right now, I can see we're not spreading very wide. Did you turn up the spreaders?
That's what you're gonna get, man.
We're getting a little bit of shatter loss. So these beans on the ground here, that's more than we like to see. If we take a square foot and we find 3 or 4, that's a bushel. So right there, that's like 2 bushels. We're really just looking for clues right now. There's not a really big science behind this. You just find an area that's got a trail of grain running through it, and you just try to follow it right up to the back of the combine and then just look under the machine and see where maybe this could be coming from. Sometimes they're easy to find and sometimes they're not. We haven't had a frost yet, so our stems are still wet, still green on the inside. This one right here, nice and green yet. Once we get a frost, these will be dead. They cut a lot easier when they're dead, but once they're dead, we also lose a lot of moisture in the soybeans, and when we lose moisture, we lose yield. So take your pick. Grasshopper. See, like that pod on the ground, just 2 beans in it. That's what you don't want. Before we get going too crazy, we got a sample of soybeans from the tank. We're gonna run these into the co-op. We're gonna run them through their moisture tester. That'll tell us if it's fit or not. And we'll also be able to use that moisture calibration to set our combine. There's a couple of them in there, like that one. That guy's wet yet. I can pop it open with my fingers. But all these other ones feel pretty dry.
I don't think we have any trouble with them. They look good.
Hey, Rick, Billy, come here. Here, eat some soybeans. Yum, yum, oh yeah. Yeah, soybeans. We cracked all the beans in the test bucket and they feel dry. Like no question that we're definitely under 14%. So we're just gonna keep combining tonight. We're gonna be bringing these over for those quick ship bids in the morning. We'll get the semis full, run as long as we can tonight, or get the semis full or run as long as we can. That's what we're gonna do. I can't get my scale for some reason. The connector on the back, something back there is not connecting with this. So Pete's gonna come back out. He just got home too, I feel bad. But he said he'd come back out, help us get that set up. First day gremlins, that's just how it goes. Oh man, right in the sun. Right in the sun. After a little bit of messing around, I think our header loss is starting to get a little bit better now that we finally were able to get the air bar adjusted. We keep blowing a fuse on it for some reason though. I think Cooper's trying to get his auto steer working. For some reason, something's not working right. But we'll get it. It's first day gremlins. It happens. You put it away working fine. You pull it out doing nothing different. Stuff just doesn't work for whatever reason. Really pleased with how these beans are looking. Just nice and loaded with pods is what we like to see. Grain cart's pretty good time. Got plenty of leg room in here. I just need... Hey, what are you beeping at me for? I just need some snacks behind the seat. Really, that's what I need. I'm kind of hungry right now. But, yeah, pretty comfortable. Don't got the shag carpeting in here right now. We got surround sound music in here, though. Windows are tinted, so we'll flip on the lights here in a minute. We'll be able to see real well. But usually you can just sync your phone up to the radio and the surround sound. You prop it right here, and you can just watch movies. Or you can watch podcasts or whatever you want to watch. You can do it all. If you just want to listen to something, you can do that too. And if you want it perfectly quiet, like I've been this whole time, you can do that too. We started down along the creek. We're outlining, taking all the end rows off. Now we're up here in the terraces. We're going to get these outlined, so that way tomorrow we should be able to just go back and forth on the big open with the auto steer. You can't use auto steer on the terraces anyway, or we don't have ours set up to run auto steer on the terraces. It looks like my scale kicked in now, so that's kind of handy. There's a digital readout right on the other side of that A in Avalanche. So when we're beside the combine, they can see this exact number. One thing we like to do when we pull up to the combine, especially now that we got these really bright LED lights on all of our equipment, we shut the lights off on the grain cart when we're unloading. So that way the combine guy can see. Otherwise it's like you're holding a flashlight right in the eyes of the operator. It's not a necessary thing. We just do it kind of out of courtesy. I don't know, the way we feel. We're driving along in an area that's already combined, so it's not like we really need to see, as long as we can see our gap, which the combine illuminates really well. Oh, we got kind of an interesting situation. I guess Danny is going to be coming out in the morning and going to be taking one of these loads. So we want to make sure we got the grain cart completely full when he comes out. So with that being said, we don't know when this dude's going to set in tonight. So I'm just going to empty half the grain cart onto this semi for now. And we'll just keep doing half grain cart fulls till the semi's full. Then we should be able to at least keep going long enough if the dew sets in to finish filling the cart. I'm glad we decided just to do half the semi full. Coop's just finishing his last bit. We got 68,000 pounds on us, so this should basically be perfect for Denny in the morning. It's just after 9 o'clock. The dew's really starting to settle in. You feel that cold air coming down to the low spots now. But what's going on, these stems, since they're still green, they hold moisture even more. And then when you got the damp air coming down, they just start getting really tough. And then these pods stop splitting open as easily. They're still splitting right now, but they're definitely starting to get tougher. So really good place to call it a night. Pro tip, when you park your combine or your tractor, make sure that the windows face to the east. So that way when the sun hits them in the morning, it burns the dew off right away. If you face it towards the west, you'll get there and then you'll have a big old foggy window. I don't think we would have got much more in this grain cart if we tried. That's why my tarp wasn't shutting. Oh boy.
Maverick locked himself in the truck.
You telling them what's up in it? You telling them? Yeah. Well, it's harvest season. We're going. We'll see you tomorrow.